Why, hello everyone. Today we are going to work on 2.3 Fortune Teller. So with Fortune Teller, we want to make a fortune teller, but we don't have any square paper to fold. No problem, we're just going to code it. Now before I get into any of that, I want to show you what a fortune teller looks like in case you didn't know. It looks like this. So how many of you have ever seen a piece of paper? It's folded up and you've got your four corners. Normally you um, can put numbers on the outside or colors on the outside. I think I've always done it with color on the outside. And then you do numbers on the inside. Let me scroll down so you can see. So you see how we fold it. And then we put our numbers. And then on the very inside of the flap, under the number, is where you write the fortune. So we're going to be making one of these digitally. So assuming that you've never done a fortune teller before, in this scenario, you would choose a color, in this case red, and you would open this up. You would count R-E-D, so that's 3, by opening it up and then sideways. And then once you landed on whatever section you were going to land on, then you would have them choose a number in here. And after they chose that number, then you would do it again, opening it up, alternating opening it long ways and opening it sideways until you get to another number. And then they would choose that number, and from that number you lift the flap and you read whatever was under that number, and that is their fortune. So that's what we're going to be making electronically. We need an outer choice 1 to 4, inner choice of 4 colors. Output's going to be a unique fortune that's going to be written, electronically written underneath the flap. We're going to use the OR operator to group odd and even outer choices. And we're going to use nested conditionals to give 2 layers of choices. And we're going to print out a different fortune for each nested entry. Now to get into the challenges, we can do error checking. So for each conditional outer and inner, add an else clause to the else blocks. Write an incorrect input error message. Add more fortunes if you want. Because it's digital, your fortune teller is not bound by the constraints of physics. So you can add more clauses to the outer or inner conditions to give the user more choices. And you can make sure that there's still a unique fortune for every possible choice. So obviously we're limited to 4 if a paper version, because that's how it's folded, 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you decide you want to challenge yourself and do more than 4, you are more than welcome to do that. So before we get started, I'm going to run solution just to see how this operates. I'm going to select 1 to 4, so I'm going to go 3. And then it says choose a color. I'm going to go green. And then it says good things will happen if you spend time outside. Oh, that's a pretty good fortune. This is green or yellow green. Oh, they got fancy with the colors. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so starting off strong at line 11. The comment tags above line 11 say ask the user for a number 1 to 4, assign result to the variable outer choice. So I'm going to start with the variable, always, outer underscore choice, assign means equal, and then I need input from them, so input comes next, and I'm going to tell them select a number 1 to 4. Now you may have noticed that I did not turn this into an integer, so it doesn't appear that we're doing any mathematics with this number 1 to 4. So it's okay if this number remains a string throughout this fortune teller assignment. And then it says test, so I'll test, but obviously nothing's going to happen. I'm going to push 3, and then program ends. Notice that my answer is like right up against my phrase, my words, and I hate that. So I'm going to come back up here and modify that and give myself some space. That's a good reason why we test early, even though it doesn't seem like it makes sense to test. There we go. Doesn't that look a lot better? That looks way better. Now let's get into odd choice. So with odd choice, it says if outer choice is equal to 1 or outer choice is equal to 3. So if outer choice equal quotation mark 1 quotation mark. Now you might be going, GPie, why are you putting that in quotation marks? Because even though it's a number, I know it's a number. The computer, remember the discussion up here about integers and strings? This is a number, but we're treating it like a string. Or outer underscore choice equal 3 colon. Okay, whoops. Look at the difference in the colors too. So I'm going to treat this one like a string as well. So if outer choice equal 1 or outer choice equal 3, have the user choose red, blue, green, or yellow. So this is simulating that we landed on, let's assume that we land on the horizontal opening. Okay, they both kind of look like diamonds. One's going to stand up, one's going to open wide. So assuming that we land on the horizontal right here, this is why we're giving them this choice right here. And notice too that my comment tags are indented, which means this line needs to be indented, which means it's part of the nested situation. Or, I'm sorry, not part of the nested situation. It's the response to this if statement. So have the user choose red, blue, green, or yellow. Assign the result to inner choice. So inner underscore choice equals input, parenthesis, quotation mark, select a color, red, blue, green, or yellow, quote, colon, space, because you know me and I like spaces. Okay, and then let me expand that out so that you can see it. So we've got inner choice. We're going to ask them about these colors if they choose an odd number. And assuming that we're going to ask them for different colors if they choose an even number, possibly. Okay, so now we're going to set this in nested if statement up at line 26-ish. So it says if inner choice is equal to red. So if inner underscore choice equal quotation red quotation colon, we're going to print our first fortune. Make sure I'm indented. Notice that I am sticking with the same indents as the comment tags. Let that help you. So print, parenthesis, quotation mark, and what's the first fortune? Oh my. You will find true love in 4 days. I don't know. You make up your own. It's your own fortune teller. Okay. Elif inner choice is equal to blue. So elif inner underscore choice equal quotation mark blue quotation mark colon. Print our second. So print quotation mark. You will find money in the couch cushions this week. You put whatever you want. Okay. And then elif inner choice is green. So make sure you're tabbed over. Elif inner underscore choice equal quotation mark green quotation mark colon. And then we have to print our third fortune. Make sure we've indented twice here. We print parenthesis quotation mark. You will argue with someone this week. That sounds kind of sad, but you know, you got to toss one in there like that sometimes. So, and then let's do yellow. Elif inner underscore choice equal yellow colon. And then let's print our fourth fortune here. Oh man, what am I going to say for this fourth fortune? Fourth fortune is going to be you will ace your next math quiz. All right. So now, did it tell me to test anywhere in here? It told me to test there. So I'm going to test this out, and it said test there. So it feels like I need to test, said test there. So let's test this. Oh yeah, it said test there. So let's run this bad boy. Ah, doesn't like yellow, line 47. You guys have been really good about these videos, and you already knew that I forgot my colon. I love hearing your comments as you work through these, and you let me know. Okay, so I'm going to go, I need to do an odd because that's the only thing I've coded for so far. So I'm going to say 1. Now I'm going to pick a color, green. You argue with someone this week. Ooh, my. Let me run it again. And I'm going to choose an odd, a different color, blue. And you will find money in the couch cushions this week. Okay, so far it seems like it's working. So we're going to leave it be and move on to outer choices. So, hang on just a second. Okay, so now if outer choice is equal to 2 or outer choice is equal to 4. So this is where we're going to land on an even, so we're going to land on the opposite of the opening. So this opening, if it helps you in your brain, think about this opening as being vertical. The last opening was horizontal. This one's going to be vertical, so we're going to have different color choices for this one. So we go elif, and notice where your comment tags are. So I'm lined up all the way over to the left for this one as part of the main if statement. So elif outer underscore choice equal quotation mark 2 quotation mark, that's a string, or outer underscore choice equal 4 in quotation marks, and don't forget your colon. So if outer choice equals 2 or outer choice equals 4, meaning it's even, we're going to ask them the next question for inner choice. So I go inner underscore choice equals for a sign, just 1 equal means a sign, 2 equals means actual equal. Remember that. Have the user choose black, purple, pink, or white. So I'm going to go input, whoops, parenthesis quotation mark, select a color, whoops, color, quotation mark, or colon, black, purple, pink, or white. Colon, space, because you know me, I don't like everything touching. And of course, as we're doing this, you can change the colors. That's totally your prerogative. If you decide you want to pick a different color, be my guest, okay? Make it your own. Just so long as you have 1, 2, 3, 4 colors to choose from. Okay, so now if inner choice is equal to black, so here's our first nested if statement for the second outer ring of odd numbers or even numbers. So if inner underscore choice equal quotation black quotation colon, we're going to print a 5th fortune. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to cheat and like look up some fortunes. So print parenthesis quotation marks. I need like, you know, like the fortune cookie fortunes. Someone near you likes you. Someone in science class. Okay. I don't know. That's kind of creepy, but that's okay. I'm going to leave it there. And then for elif, inner choice equals purple. ELIF, inner underscore choice equal quotation purple, quotation colon. There we go. We got to print our 6th fortune. Print, parenthesis, quotation mark. Let's see what we're going to say. The universe is going to gift you a cat soon. You guys ever notice that the universe gifts you cats, like stray cats show up on your porch? That's what we call the universe gifting you a cat. Okay, elif inner underscore choice equal pink colon. You can print your 7th fortune. Again, have fun with these fortunes. Keep them school appropriate. You, whoops, will get to go on a field trip very soon. And then the next one is white. Notice I'm keeping in line with the comment tags. That helps me with my spacing. LF inner underscore choice equal white in quotation marks. And print our 8th fortune. Tab that twice over. Print. And what am I going to say about my last fortune? Better study. You are likely to fail that next. I don't know. ELA quiz. Dun dun dun. Okay, and so now we're towards the end, so now let's test this bad boy out. When I test it, I'm going to run it a couple times for even so that I can pick up these other color choices that I've made to see if there's any errors. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to run it. I'm going to select 4, and I'm going to choose purple. And there we go. Universe is going to gift me a cat. My husband is going to love that. Or just add it to the 3 that we already have. All right, choosing another even number. And this time I'm going to choose pink. And I'm going to go on a field trip very soon. Haha, very likely. Very likely. And then we'll just do one more for fun. And I'm going to go 4, even number, and say black. And someone in science class near you likes you. Ooh, it's very awkward for me. Hopefully, this fortune is not for me. It's for you. All right, ladies and gents, that is how we create a fortune teller line of code using and or. We actually just used or in this, and using nested if statements. So remember, ors, we set up ors so that it chooses one or the other to be correct, one or the other. Both do not have to be correct for an or, just one of them. Now, the last thing, if you were still remembering your challenges suggested to you to add in an else. So let's just go ahead and do that real quick. So we'll start down here around 993-ish before I mess up all the line numbers. So you saw how we had all these elifs, right? There's all these options after our first if for black, elif purple, elif pink, elif white. An else statement at the very, very end would catch any mistakes. If somebody printed, or the most common mistake here is going to be somebody's going to misspell a color. Okay, you misspelled your color. Try again. Okay, and then I'm actually going to copy that. Control C. And then I'm going to scroll up nice and slow. And so I go up here. Remember when we did the elifs for green, yellow, blue, and red? And all of those were for the odd number choices. I'm going to squeeze in right here around line 53-ish. And I'm going to control V as in Victor. And I'm going to have to tab this bad boy over. Tab there, and then that was lined up just right. I want to keep that else lined up. And so now let's test it out. So first I go 1, and then I'm going to misspell red. Read. You misspelled your color. Try again. Beautiful. Let me do it again with the evens to make sure that else statement works. 2 and A K. And you misspelled your color. Try again. Okay. There we go. There we go. Now, I could go further and add an else to the outer if statement if you're feeling froggy. And an else for the outer if statement could be a print message that you picked an invalid number. Try again. Okay, so let's test that first one out. Whoops, what does it not like? It doesn't like my line 62. Now that I added that. Near 62. What did I do wrong? Oh, because I can't add that there. So I'm going to cut that. Sorry about that, children. Get that one out. Got to leave that elif there. So this, you chose the wrong number, else goes all the way down at line 99. At the very, very end. So there's only one of them. Only one of an outer else statement. So we run it. And so I'm going to pick a number that is not part of the options. I'm going to go 44. You picked an invalid number. Try again. Boom, it works. All right. So we got through a lot and we added in some challenges. All right. Have fun with this. Hope you enjoy it. And toodles.